Coming up on Mountain News this morning, state lawmakers are looking at new exemptions for abortions while also eyeing restrictions. And folks on the other side of the state were protesting their dissent against Elon Musk.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and a happy Monday to you, Mountain family. My name's Amelia Lee, here with you on this February 10th. We are at 5:59, just about 1 minute away from 6 o'clock this morning. And now it's time to check on in with our friend, meteorologist Megan Dusmal, for a look at the forecast this morning. And Megan, I guess you could call it Super Bowl Monday. In theory, it's the day after. I know folks are wanting to kind of relax, have a nice chill day. So are we good with that, or do we have some winter weather coming our way?
I would say for today, we are good with that. It's a partly cloudy Monday. Colder temperatures, not too bad. But as we head into the overnight hours, that is when we start to see a little bit of a wintry mix and snow chance in the forecast. Now let's talk about temperatures this morning, because it is on the colder side. You will need to set out a couple more minutes this morning just to warm up your car and maybe wear a winter coat, because we are looking in the low 30s. Definitely cooler as you're traveling more towards Wise at 28 degrees. High temperatures for today, though, will not be as bad. We're looking in the low to mid 40s for most of the region, closer to the upper 40s and low 50s as you're traveling towards that Kentucky-Tennessee border. But let's talk about those rain chances. Nice and clear this morning, just watching the clouds move through. But yes, as we head into tomorrow, that's when we start to see that rain chance pick up and that wintry mix chance. Here's the next 12 hours, though. Nice and cloudy, but seeing the clouds recede as we're heading into the midday hours. Maybe seeing a little bit of that sunshine hitting the high temperatures around that 3 o'clock hour today. Amelia.
All right, Megan, thank you. Well, abortion is becoming a big issue again during this year's legislative session. Among the bills filed so far, House Bill 203, which would allow some exemptions to the ban if the fetus has a condition that would lead to death or in cases of rape or incest. And with these, it would be no later than 6 weeks into the pregnancy. Two other bills would make it illegal for out-of-state providers to send abortion-inducing drugs to women in Kentucky.
Making sure we have laws that protect women and assures them that if they are violated, those perpetrators are going to be prosecuted to the nth degree.
So far, none of these bills have been heard in House or Senate committee meetings. A new bipartisan bill aims to protect part of Kentucky's bourbon industry on the federal level. The law would fund conservation of the white oak tree. It's what is used to create bourbon barrels. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell and Virginia Democrat Mark Warner are sponsoring the bill. They want to prevent a shortage of white oak seedlings and research ways to grow the tree's population. Yesterday, Democrats in Louisville protested against Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. Dozens attended the Stop Elon rally hosted by the city's Democratic Party. Many criticized the Trump administration's push to put thousands of federal workers on leave. One woman said her son is on furlough from his job with the U.S. Agency for International Development.
People are losing their jobs, they're losing their benefits. Things they've worked for all their lives are just gone in an instant because some unelected officials coming in and dismantling these agencies illegally. And it's us this week, but it could be you next week.
During the weekend, a federal judge blocked the attempt to pull thousands of agency staffers from the job, along with the stipulation that would have given those workers just 30 days to move their families and households back to the states. The Kentucky chapter of the American Red Cross hosted its annual Wrapped in Red Gala in Louisville last night, raising funds for critical local and national efforts. Proceeds help support blood donations and assist families displaced by house fires. On a national level, the Red Cross provided aid to those affected by Hurricanes Milton and Helene and the devastating wildfires in Los Angeles. Red Cross volunteers say the mission is to help and support people when they need it most.
I was just in LA a couple weeks ago for the LA wildfires, helping in support there, and I've never given out more hugs than I've ever given out in a 2-week span.
If you are interested in donating or volunteering, visit redcross.org. According to the Kentucky Justice and Public Safety Cabinet, 1 in 2 women and 1 in 3 men in Kentucky experience domestic violence. To help, grocery stores across the state partnered with 14 domestic violence shelters for Shop and Share, a program encouraging shoppers to add items to their carts to donate to victims in need. The initiative is now led by First Lady Brittany Bashir and Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman. The two stopped by a Central Kentucky Kroger to purchase goods for donation, where they emphasize the event is about much more than just giving. It's about supporting survivors.
It's really important for people to remember that just because it's not talked about publicly doesn't mean it's not happening in your community.
It's a way for us to meet people where they are, encourage conversations about our mission to end domestic violence, and provide resources to a whole lot of people.
Greenhouse 17 has a 24-hour crisis hotline. An advocate is available to take your call at any hour of the day. Well, if you tuned into the Puppy Bowl yesterday, you likely saw a few Kentuckians on your screen. A couple of the puppies came from right here in the Commonwealth. Two Kentucky Humane Society puppies, Julep and Colonel, were drafted for this year's bowl.
About 21 years ago is when Animal Planet first started doing the Puppy Bowl, and what's so amazing about it is that it highlights shelter animals from all across the country. So it's really driving people to consider adoption. It's so special to be able to see some of our animals represented on the national screen today.
Oh, I'm forever a Puppy Bowl fan. Well, for anyone wondering if Julep and Colonel are adoptable, Mattingly says they've already been claimed and were able to watch the Puppy Bowl from their own homes yesterday.
Now we're looking at a partly cloudy day today and mostly dry, but more precipitation is in the forecast as we're heading into tonight and into tomorrow. We do have that wintry mix chance and rain chance, but for today, we are talking cool temperatures. Current temperatures as you're heading out the door are in the 30s, low 30s for most of the area, and upper 20s as you're traveling towards Wise and Logan, 28 degrees. Now as we head into the afternoon, it will warm up just a little bit. We are looking in the 40s. Now some places are a little bit warmer than others. We're looking low 40s as you travel more towards the north and upper 40s as you travel more towards the south. But take a look at Jacksboro. They have a chance at hitting that 50-degree mark today. We'll continue to see how that shapes up throughout the next couple hours. Now here is how we'll get to the high temperature of the day. We'll see that temperature warm up, hitting the high around that 3 o'clock mark and seeing the sun pop out just a little bit as we're heading into the afternoon, still having clouds in the sky and continuing to see those clouds overnight. Amelia?
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Could we soon see the end of the American penny? It's the latest announcement from the new Trump administration as the president says he'll end penny production to cut costs.